What's up, y'all? Out here at the range, as you can see behind me, on a cold, windy day out here. It started out pretty decent. The sun was peeking in and out, but now it ain't no sun around. The temperature's done dropped and it is blowing freezing cold out here, but I'm gonna power through it. I got a few more tests I want to get done out here. This one, as you can see by the title, is another 380 test on a very requested round. Let me show you what we're working with. As usual, we got our contraption set up out here. We got the chrono, got 2 blocks of gel. Now this block we're working in down here is completely clear. Hadn't been any tests except for a couple little poke ends from the previous block with the test I've done in there. That one there is slam full, so I'll leave some links if y'all interested in seeing some of those, but this one's a nice clear picture. And like I said, what we're doing out here is another highly requested 380 round, and it's the Underwood Xtreme Defenders. We got the Plus P version and the regular version, both of them 68 grain, both of them Xtreme Defenders with the Lehigh Defender projectiles loaded by Underwood. The standard version is claiming 1,300 feet per second. The Plus P is claiming 1,400 feet per second. So they're really close. Like I say, both of them 68 grain projectiles. There's no difference in the projectiles at all. And the only difference you can even see in these loadings at all is the Plus P version has brass colored primers. The standard version has the nickel colored primer. So I don't know what the significance is there, if there is any. It may just be the different primers they use to differentiate them during when they're making them at the factory. As for the tool we're using, as all my 380 tests, is going to be the M&P Performance Center's 380 Shield EZ with the 3.5 inch barrel on it. Like I said, it's got a little bit of hair over 3.5 because of the little stubby port sticking out, but that's neither here nor there. For all intents and purposes, this thing's a 3.5 inch barrel. But like I say, these rounds are highly requested when it comes to 380, these and the penetrators. The penetrators are going to be coming soon also. I've already got those in hand. It may not be on this batch of jelly test, but it's going to be coming soon. So very interested to see how these defenders do. If y'all watch my last 380 test, it was that HydroShock Deep, and let me tell you something right now, these things are really going to have to put on a show to get them HydroShock Deeps, because those things were some very, very impressive 380 rounds. But enough talking about it. Let me get this stuff set up and let's get to it. All right, y'all, as always, we're going to get some speeds on both of these rounds. I'm going to do a 3-round average on each one of them. I'm going to start out with the standard pressure first. Like I say, the box is claiming 1,300 feet per second, so it'll be interesting to see how close we get to that. But let's get 3 rounds through it, y'all. $12.40, $12.49, and $12.67, so not quite 1,300, but close. Let's go check out the average. All right, so the 3-round average on the standard pressure Xtreme Defenders is 1,252 feet per second, so that ain't bad at all. Let me reset this and let's check out those Plus Ps. All right, y'all, let's check out the Plus Ps. These are supposed to be moving 100 feet per second faster, so be curious to see how close they do come. I'm gonna try to pay attention to the recoil difference, but I'm just gonna be honest with you. What I just ran had virtually no recoil at all. It's a 68 grain projectile out of this 380 with a little port on the end. You don't feel recoil, period, with this thing. And I don't expect this is going to be any different, but I'll try to pay attention and see if I can tell any kind of difference. Well, let's get 3 rounds of this Plus P, y'all. $12.75, $13.39, and $13.79. That first one was a little low, but the other two were pretty decent. As far as recoil, there's no difference, but there is a volume difference. On all these Plus Ps I've tested, the volume has been louder. So let me go down there and check the average on these. All right, so the 3-round average on the Plus P Xtreme Defenders was 1,331 feet per second. And if you remember off the standard pressure, it was 1,252. So you're talking about, what, 79 feet per second faster out of the Plus P. So not quite 100, but it's getting up close to what they're claiming, so not too bad at all. That, I would say that truly is a Plus P versus a standard, so it'll be very interesting to see what that equals out to in the gel. So let me get this reset and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's extreme jelly time. We're gonna start out with the standard pressure first and see how they do. Hopefully these things stay straight and don't go tumbling out the jelly like something crazy, but let's see what we got, y'all. All right, that looked like a good placement right there. Let me go down there and make sure we're good on that one. All right, y'all, I'm sure as y'all saw in the other view, that was absolutely perfect. Exactly where I wanted to put that thing. I love it when jelly tests start out like that. So we're gonna go with the Plus P now. I will say that's some great performance out of that round we just saw right there. We'll talk about it a little bit more here in a second, but let's try the Plus P and see what it does, y'all. That was a little bit low into the middle, but I'm pretty sure we stayed in there though. But let's go down there and check it out and see what we got. All right, y'all, let's check out what we got down here. I can just go on and tell you now, absolutely fantastic performance on these 380 rounds again. This is the second time today in this batch of jelly testing out here today that there's been fantastic 380 round performance. I'm loving to see this. It's about time out of all the rounds I've tested so far that I start getting into some good ones. So what we got here on the top, that's your standard pressure. As you can see, fantastic wound channel out of that thing, carries pretty much the whole way, and the projectile stopped right here facing exactly forward. No tumble or anything out of it. It looks like it's right at 15 inches, but we'll measure it here in just a second. Now on the bottom down here, the Plus P, again, fantastic wound channel. There's virtually no difference in these wound channels. I'll give you a few more angles so you can check them out yourself. But again, absolutely fantastic wound channel, carries out again all the way out, and this one kept on going into the second block of gel about 1/2 an inch. So definitely more penetration out of that Plus P, so which makes sense because this one truly is pretty much Plus P loaded. It was right there at the extra 170 some extra feet per second. So that's definitely what you want to see out of a Plus P. Y'all know these Plus P 9s I've been testing lately have been pretty much so-so as far as any kind of performance boost on the Plus P. But in this case here, you're definitely seeing it. You're seeing that extra penetration, which is something you absolutely want out of a 380. Now, as far as the penetration measurements, this standard pressure is sitting at exactly 15 inches. So exactly 15 inches of penetration on that. The Plus P is all the way out here to 16 and about 5/8. 16 and 5/8 out of that Plus P. That is absolutely fantastic penetration for a 380 round. I'll give you an overhead shot here. On the right, you're looking at the standard pressure. On the left is the Plus P. So as you can see, fantastic wound channels from both of these. Very, very nice wound channels. The standard pressure stops there, as you can see, facing completely forward. The Plus P edges on into the second block of gel and stops there, again facing completely forward. No deformation or expansion out of these, of course, because they're solid copper. So very, very, very nice performance out of these. I'm not going to bother pulling the projectiles just yet to do any kind of measurements because obviously there's no material loss, there's no expansion, they're solid copper projectiles, which is one big benefit of these. Personally, the performance, in my opinion, of those HydroShock Deeps, I would still take that over this right now. But the HydroShock Deep, even though it's not a really deep cavity expanding hollow point, and y'all saw the expansion on that thing, it could still be prone to clogging in some cases. So I think this might actually be a good instance in doing some kind of barrier testing on this 380 with maybe these Xtreme Defenders, and once we do the penetrators, see how those perform against something like those HydroShock Deeps, because so far both of these rounds that I've tested today in 380 are absolutely phenomenal. All right, y'all, I survived this crazy wind out here today for another jelly test. Another 380 went in the books, and another fantastic set of results here in the same day. That's 2 380 rounds today that have went instantly to the top of the list for me. There's no question about it. Both these Xtreme Defenders and those HydroShock Deeps that I've tested today have outperformed every other 380 round I've tested. Not even close. I mean, it's not even in the same ballpark. These Xtreme Defenders on this one, absolutely fantastic penetration, great wound channel on them. Of course, no expansion because they're solid coppers, but like I said, one of the big benefits is you don't have to worry about clogging in that case. So these may be the cream of the crop. Like I say, I'm definitely, once I do the penetrators also and see which one between the Defenders and the penetrators might be better, you better believe we're going to put them up against them HydroShock Deeps and crown us a king 380 round for sure. Those of y'all who watch all my gel test videos, and I think I mentioned it before before earlier in this video, I tested the Honey Badgers in 380, which are very similar to these projectiles, these Lehigh projectiles. I don't think they are Lehighs. I think they're proprietary, but they're very, very similar. Definitely not as impressive as this Underwood load. The Underwood did it right here for sure. But y'all let me know y'all's thoughts down in the comments about these Xtreme Defenders. As some of y'all out there I know that use these and the penetrators, those of y'all who haven't checked them out before, what did you think about the performance that you saw here out of them today? I'll be honest with you, like I say, if I was carrying a 380, either one of these two rounds I've tested so far today would be at the very top of my list. If y'all did enjoy the video, as always, take a second, reach down and hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you can get notified when I upload these new videos. Check out all my affiliate links down in the description like I always ask you to. If you shop through Amazon anyway, hit that link up first, go straight through Amazon like normal from there, and anything you buy anywhere on the site after that, I do get a kickback from them towards the channel, so that definitely helps out. Check out those Axle Ear Pro links down there again. If you're looking for some good ear pro, like I said before, you get very big discounts if you go through those links versus going straight through their site. We'll take a few minutes to hide from the wind and warm up a little bit out here, and then I'm gonna get right back at it, so y'all stay tuned for a whole lot more to come. In the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.